everybody, this is Salvi here with the VTuber news coming right up for you. Before that, of course, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell, and the like button as well, and let's get right into it. Hoshimachi Suisei is a female Japanese member of Hololive, JP. She started out with Inanaka Music, coming in with her own creation, which is Hoshimachi Suisei, as you see there, as well as her own community. She is the only VTuber inside of Hololive to be able to do this. I'm pretty sure there are other VTubers and other agencies that do that all the time. For example, Phase Invaders and things like that. But for her, it was the only one able to do that in Hololive. So she has recently done this on her Twitter. You do have this post here of Hololive announcing that they are making the Studio Stellar, which is pretty much, that's why I mentioned Inanaka Music before, it's pretty much a new creation like Inanaka Music. NERD or Nerd Inc. is an agency that has various other artists that they are managing. It's like a talent management agency, and they are joining forces with Cover and Hoshimachi Suisei to do a joint project, which is what this Studio Stellar is. It is a joint project to help her move things along, to her further along the things going on here. Down here we have, as it says here, there are activities as a solo artist, including music activities, streaming activities, new merchandise sales, and fan club management will be transitioned to a personal agency, Studio Stellar. The establishment of this agency will mean that Nerd Inc., and Nerd Inc. is that management agency, the talent management agency that I just mentioned, the Masaki Takahashi and Sota Ozawa will be responsible for talent management and will support her activities under a collaborative framework with Cover. So like I said, it's pretty much like a Inanaka Music for the present day. This is because, as I've mentioned before as well, any agency, large agencies like Cover, have over 80 people they are trying to help. And if they focus on just one person like Suisei, it could lend others to not be supported as strongly. Not because they don't think that the other people should be supported or anything crazy like that. It's more that the amount of things that Suisei needs to help her out, the amount of resources that she needs is more than Cover can give her at this point in time. Like I said, nothing negative. That's just the way it's working right now. She's still going to be a part of Cover. She is still not changing. She's not going into affiliate status. She's not going anything like that. She's still going to be doing her regular stuff that she's doing in Hololive and Cover. It's just that she's using this for, as mentioned here, activities as a solo artist, music activities and such will be, moved on to that. It says, Suisei requests that Clippers preserve original nuance of her words. Sad that people who haven't watched the stream might just see that and misunderstand. So when transcribing the words I said in stream and Twitter, please try to keep the nuances as close to original as possible. And that is because many people have misunderstood the situation and thought, oh no, she's graduating. Oh no, she's going affiliate status. Oh no, she's leaving Cover. No, none of that is true. It is, if any people here have been following Cover like I have or following Hololive like I have for several years, you will know that, yes, this is not a strange thing that Cover is doing, and this is actually a very responsible thing that Cover is doing over here by making it so that Suisei has the correct support that she needs, has the correct amount of support that she needs. And luckily, there are responsible Clippers, people who are more responsible in the way that they do things. Like, for example, one that was mentioned here in this whole thing is Yura. Yura channel, Yura TL, is someone that I go for my clips when I'm trying to find out new information about things. They do not in any way add things or change things or move things around from what I've seen. They are one of the responsible clippers out there. And in fact, they did a 7-minute thing where she was talking about everything that was going on. And, all staff, many people, related people, all these types of things. The big decision is saying this here. As a member of Hololive Productions will continue as it is up until now. That is one very, very important thing that I think others have left because, they want to make it a bigger thing than it actually is. It is huge for her, but it does not mean that she's leaving Hololive in any way. Just want to reiterate it 5, 10, 15 times so people can fully understand. And going on here, you're also always active in EN Suicord during streams and translating live as well. They are the best. You're the GOAT. And it says, sadly, it won't stop Clippers. Most prioritize views, clicks over talents, real words. Not to forget, most Clippers aren't Japanese speakers as well. I appreciate their work and speed, but there have been too many times I see things being mistranslated. A lot of them aren't even proper English speakers, with how often they can't even accurately sub the English talents or make content comments outside of the spoken lines with atrocious spelling and grammar. Clippers do have a lot of power. They do indeed have a lot of power. So what this person says, as a clipper myself, it doesn't really even require a mistranslation. Clip source topics rarely exist, just this clean section with a defined start and end point you can just cut. There are often additional context before and after, of course, and that's the context is key. It's happened with Kiara, it's happened with other people, saying, clippers, please show context. You end up needing to decide where to cut it at. 30-minute clip isn't helpful to anyone. You may as well send someone a link to a stream, but you need to get as much context as possible. Even once you do have to cut it, you need to edit it down. Typically trim out very long pauses, non-connected tangents, but sometimes you get hard decisions on where to draw the line. I made mistakes before. Happens when you posted 1,500 videos on 2 channels over 5 years. And when they're particularly bad, I delete that clip. My clips aren't perfect. I do often use clickbait on less important videos, but I do try to do things right when it comes to more serious topics. But there are also clippers who did it intentionally, although most of those thankfully died out over the last few years due to backlash as the fan base solidified into a more dedicated and knowledgeable group rather than casual viewers. You can make VTubers say pretty much anything through the right splicing. With the way VTuber models and motion works, there are very visual cues to when a splice occurred, and in many clips the splicing already happens for non-malicious reasons, like removing a long pause. For example, if someone was talking about issues with management that had been resolved, someone could remove the part about them being resolved and paint management in a bad light, which is almost guaranteed to get traction. I'm lucky enough that with my IRL job, there's no temptation to that sort of thing intentionally. The money I get from clipping doesn't significantly change my finances. I clip as a hobby and mostly treat any revenue as money to give back to the community and set it aside to spend on memberships, merch, fan projects, buying stuff from artists at conventions. But for a lot of people, that money would be very significant. I can't afford to pay rent or food and put a foot on the table, slightly editing a clip to be more dramatic gets pretty tempting. And it can get pretty tempting. I think it's interesting that the top comment on this post and title even lost the nuance of the message. It says, stream to Twitter. That's not a clipper. That's mostly someone who took a clipper translation and took a couple of screenshots that made it into one pic. Or worse, someone who just summarized the stream on Twitter. Yes, there are a lot of out-of-context clippers here. There are a lot of out-of-context clippers in the VTuber space. They do end up dying out, like the ones that intentionally, maliciously clip out of context in order to make either Hololive, Nijisanji, or other agencies look bad. If they're going to look bad, make them look bad in the full context. If there's enough context out there to make them look bad, use that. If there's not, don't splice things to make people look bad. That's just the main thing. And it says, for example, last week when Pekora was talking about tennis tournament, she mentioned how she came up with tournament. She wanted to lift the spirits around Hololive, but you had the usual suspects running a negative narrative around it, like it means atmosphere in Holo is bad if you need to make it better, or some similar S like that. Yeah, no, it's just people are doing their own thing. You want people to have something nice, and that's why Pekora did that stuff. But yeah, a lot of people do this. Unfortunately, it is a sad situation. It does happen. I make mistakes too when I cover these stories. I try to correct myself when I do make these mistakes. I am human. I'm an autistic human, so I do make mistakes a lot of times. And I do thank you guys for calling me out when I do that. And I will continue myself to try to be give as much context as I have found myself. She has some huge news, and strangely enough, it involves Apple. Today we're talking about Mori Calliope, a female English-speaking VTuber associated with Hololive. She is a part of Myth with Gura, Amelia Watson, Kiara, and Ina. And why am I talking about this? Well, Apple is having their 50th anniversary, and as a part of their 50th anniversary this year in 2026, they are celebrating with Mori Calliope. She says, my first Apple device, a red iPod Nano full of my favorite rock and anime songs. Music was always with me during the hardest times, made me who I am today. Thrilled to be a part of Apple's 50th celebration this Friday, honoring creativity in us all. And here we go with this one here. Performance, Mori Calliope. Here is going to be an actual performance, March 27th, 7 p.m. Apple Omatesando, 50 years of thinking different. And here, like he says, here is my first Apple was iPod Nano. You see here, apple.com. And we're going to have some reactions here. Crazy, Hakos Bales. Yes, it is insane. Gigi Murin. Mori Calliope, the Mori Calliope. And you're having a ton of other VTubers as well, celebrating the fact that she is going to be having a performance at the Apple 50th anniversary. And this is great. The show's been completely booked out. I'm happy beyond words. See you guys at Motosando for the live show. And it says, it's amazing how something so small could mean so much. Music stays with you forever, and for a lot of us, it started here. Hololive English has also retweeted it. Huge congratulations to Mori Calliope for being part of Apple's 50th anniversary celebration. Thanks to your incredible support, the event is now fully booked. You can now check the official site for more details. It was fully booked in less than 18 hours. Hololive today is also saying that they're going to be having that big thing here, Apple Omotesando. Lots and lots and lots of people. Mine was the Apple iPod 5th generation. The iPod Video, I believe it was. That was my first ever iPod. And it was a gift from someone else. And then, you know, I had the iPod Touch and all those later on. But my first ever iPod, I believe, was that one. The Apple Video 5th generation or something like that. The Apple iPod Video. And big congratulations to her. And I do hope it goes really well. And I think it will. I know it will. She's amazing. A lot of this is through her hard work. So big congratulations for her. Namie, or Nambarimas, who used to be a certain large, big girl in Hololive EN Council, she right now is doing her own thing in her own way, primarily doing art and things like that. She has huge news. She says something. I have something cool to announce. 25th of March at these times. It's really, really cool. But if it's an ungodly hour, please don't stay up. I'll be happy if you remember to check back. So Fighting Namie and Shadow are getting married. Congrats. Jokes aside, I'm super excited. Can't wait for this cool announcement. Whatever it is, I hope everyone congrats me for marrying Shadow anyways. And the big news is this. She is having her first ever commercial art collection. Kaleidoscope is coming soon to accompany its release. We are holding exhibitions in various cities, and there is merch. This is my largest dream come true. Your support over all these years makes it possible. Thank you. And this is something she has had ever since she was the big universe girl, the space girl, in the planet girl inside of Holo EN Council, now Promise. It says here, English is April, Chinese, April, Japanese, June, but it says Japanese. Of course, there's always going to be something. And it says exhibition dates: Boston, April, Shanghai, May, Tokyo, August. Stay tuned through SNS. The site will also keep up to date. And it says no Namie in EU. One day surely. Current list is not definite. Even better chances if your local con wants me there. Oh, so they're doing it through cons. That's good. The per friend is here, and the photos I got so cute. Show them a stream later. Let me some Japanese dates. Yeah, it's so over. She had the Japanese. It's all about the Japanese nowadays. But yeah, she is doing this. It's great news for her. She also has this 6 hours ago. More things here. First art book, first commercial art book, Kaleidoscope commercial art book is coming out. Furthermore, exhibitions. This is in Japanese. I did want to show this because it does have kind of like a video showing off different parts of it. And these are some of the merch that you can get there as well. Looking amazing, very glad, and big congratulations for Namie. Serena Starstruck is a female English language VTuber and a member of Stellarverse Productions. Their first gen with Perry Winkleton, Nanako, Rina Lunette, Usachi Yui, Goro Gaomi, Levi Laikin, and Tokaku. And why are we talking about them today? They are doing something pretty awesome. Through their Twitter, they have announced that our Starry-Eyed Serenade is happening. Joining me for an exciting performance of Saga Jiken, we have Shiki Miyoshino, Kunoi Chisato, Chio Champi, Peko Abu, and them, Serena. There we go. See us shine on my YouTube channel, March 27th, 6 p.m. EDT. This is something that's going to be happening soon. Because by the time you see this, it's going to be on the weekend. It looks like it's going to be a big concert, our Starry-Eyed Serenade. It is a lot of people here as well. A lot more people that are going to be a part of this. I was just going down to see if there's more people being noticed here. But yes, there's going to be a ton of people. But Saga Jihen is going to be the one that they are going to be singing together with those people. You see a lot of different silhouettes here. I think I see maybe an Alicia somewhere around there. Maybe. I might be wrong. But we will see who ends up being all of them later on as we get more information, of course. Either way, big congratulations to her for being able to get something like this started, going forward, and getting all these people to join her. They screwed over a lot of people who work for them. As we're talking about Epic Games, the makers of Fortnite, who recently have announced, through Tim Sweeney, have announced that they are laying off 1,000 employees. Today, we're laying off 1,000 Epic employees. I'm sorry that today, but today being on March 24th, we're here again. The downturn in Fortnite engagement that started in 2025 means we're spending significantly more than we're making, and we have to make major cuts to keep the company funded. This layoff, together with over 500 million of identified cost savings in contracting, marketing, and closing some open roles, puts us in a more stable place. So we're going to take a look here to see that, yeah, over 1,000 people are losing their jobs. Here we have them saying, laying off over 1,000 Epic employees. I'm sorry, we're here again. Downturn in Fortnite, as mentioned before. Layoff, together with over 500 million of identified cost savings in contracting, marketing, closing some open roles, puts us in a more stable place. That's overspending on his part. Tim Sweeney is not good with spending. He spends too much, and it does suck for the 1,000 people. It's not the fault of the 1,000 people that are losing their jobs that Tim Sweeney didn't know how to manage things properly. Some of the challenges we're facing are industry-wide challenges: slower growth, weaker spending, tougher cost economics, current consoles selling less than last generations, and games competing for time against other increasingly engaging forms of entertainment. Oh, and also the fact that he spent millions of dollars trying to compete with Steam by trying to get Epic Games Store exclusives by paying off companies. You know, I mean, I don't blame the indie companies for getting that money. Hell, if I was an indie company and they offered me millions to put my game on their service, I would do that. It's guaranteed money. And some of our challenges are unique to Epic, but that means that they lost a lot of money too. Despite Fortnite remaining one of the most successful games in the world, we have challenges delivering consistent Fortnite magic with every season. Then make it so that you have less stuff to give out. I mean, find a way. You guys have a lot of creative people, a lot of intelligent people. Find a way. We're only in the early stages of returning to mobile and optimizing Fortnite for the world's billions of smartphones. And being in the industry's vanguard, we have taken a lot of bullets in the battle, which is only in the early days of paying off for ourselves and other developers. Since it's a thing now, I should note that layoffs aren't related to AI. To the extent it improves productivity, we want to have as many awesome developers developing great content and tech as we can. I'm gonna need proof for that. I don't believe you. What we do now need to do is clear. What we now need to do is clear, build an awesome Fortnite experience. I don't know if they're gonna do that. With fresh seasonal content, gameplay, story, live events. With 1,000 less people, I'm not sure they can. Accelerate developer tools with greater stability and capability as we evolve from Unreal Engine 5 and UEFN to Unreal Engine 6, and we'll be kicking off the next generation of Epic with huge launch plans towards the end of the year. This sucks. 1,000 people are losing their jobs. 1,000 people who had nothing to do with what is causing this issue here. They did their best to do their job at the top tier as they could, and because of mismanagement, in my opinion, this is happening here. It is mismanagement through and through. It sucks. They could have done way better at managing this thing, but Tim Sweeney is not known for doing that. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. The reason why I do this is simple. I want it to be a positive space for VTubing, a place where we can be helping out other VTubers and, you know, make it a positive thing out of all, you know, the negative drama and things that are going on out there. Today, we're talking about Shinu Desu, who is a necromancer VTuber, and we are taking here about their Twitch side. Just your cute shape-shifting necromancer, owner of the Never Dead Tavern. And here we go with a little bit of their take on over-the-top World War I. It is looks like a World War I shooter. Let's take a look.
How did he not die? What?
You out there, boys? You hiding behind that big tank? The moment you get out is the moment you die. And this is very accurate because that's the only way you could get through trenches back in the day, which is, you know, through a tank. Oh no! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I thought he was gonna get stuck. Oh, there he goes.
Blown up.
There you go. I knew that was going to happen eventually. But as you can see, they are continuing to do their own thing. And if they do have a YouTube, I will show it to you down below in the comment section. But right now, this is what we have from them. I do thank you, Shinu, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel, and I do hope this helps you in some way.
Think about it. Most people's buttholes don't match their fucking. Most people's buttholes.
I don't remember being subbed here.
Just, like buttholes have like dark pigmentation.
You know that we all
Like,
started.
I don't remember ever being
I
subbed
can't start
here.
asking about why people bother with cosmeticizing and bleaching their buttholes. I can't go into that. I can't ask about it. Oh my god! Hey, did you just wake up?
No, well, I took a little nap. Quick question. Why do people bleach their buttholes?
No. You know those like super secret FBI agents who will put on like silicone masks and stuff to change the shape of their face and their age and stuff? Do you think they go as far as to also do that? Do you think they bleach different hairs on their body and then like dye other parts? Why do people even bother bleaching their buttholes and like styling the buttholes, braiding the hairs? I don't know what people do down there.
Braid
Point is,
butthole?
I don't understand it.
Who braids their butthole hairs? I understand people shaving it, but who the hell braids? Okay, I probably shouldn't ask because there's probably a lot of people who do, and I'm probably gonna be like, oh, well, half the world braids their butthole hairs. I'm the only one who doesn't. I'm sure that's gonna be a thing somewhere. Thank you guys for watching as always, and of course, take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.